On Wednesday, 1st January 2020, those who made it to the new year had every cause to celebrate and thank God for making it to the new year, which kickstarts another decade. In Warri, it was a joyous and festive mood for those who made it to the new year. However, the excitement and celebration turned bizarre as tragedy struck on Arubaye Junction by Ovoke Road when Mr. Ovoke Broka ambushed a supposed mother-in-law, Mrs. Godday Odafitite, killing her in cold blood, allegedly with a machete. Late Mrs. Odafitite was returning from the New Year crossover church service, unknowing to her that it was her last day on earth. In a gruesome manner, late Ovoke snuffed life out of the supposed mother-in-law. After about 3 years, he was said to have parted ways with her daughter, Onome, who had been cohabiting with him, along with 5 children, 4 boys and a girl for more than 10 years. Investigations revealed that his body was found lying along Ovoke Road by the popular Poloko Bridge after the incident. Speaking to DRTV News, Onome debunked media reports that it was her mother's attitude that provoked the father of her children to kill her mother. According to Onome, her mother was a loving person and was very supportive to them, but at some point she had to pack out from their house when Ovoke's attitude was becoming unbearable.
And before they say, if I would say double time, I will come out. My mother, she would press me because they say, I just did, don't the Bobby the scatter. Because they know to Bobby here, I just did. My mother not do the boy anything wrong. Who have a boss, my mother carry things, go give us. Go buy Gary, buy things, go give us. I'm saying the boy, my mother never depressed me for that. My mother not do the boy anything wrong. She not getting to the boy. And she would depress him, I just did, as all born, just like that. And she would encourage us, just like that. Come out.
She claimed that after Ovoke traveled to Ghana, spending 5 months and returned, he became very aggressive towards her, to the extent that he sleeps with a knife beneath their bed and threatens to kill her on several occasions without provocations. She said she had reported the matter to the police and the youth leadership of the community where they reside, but their efforts proved abortive, especially with Ovoke's continued threats to her and her mother after they had parted ways.
But as the character don't change totally. I go key. And one thing I tell me for her, say, but I know in a killer. In a killer. When you come for the Ghana, so in a killer, they go mission to come back. You can kill anybody. If I talk that way, they put the knife for bottom bed. Now you make me pack. All those who say pay the talk, who have said bottom bed, the 30 person. I'm going to pay the fee stand wage. Pack. I hope my dear life.
When DRTV News visited the Diaregbe Warri residence of late Mrs. Odafitite, the family were still grappling with the reality of what happened. The husband and the children were still in shock over the unfortunate incidents that had befallen them at the beginning of year 2020. One of her daughters, Blessing, said a section of the media was unfair to the family by not verifying their facts before attributing the blame on their late mother.
Many things are not correct because what they wrote here now, they say the mother-in-law is the cause of the broken home. That the boy, that my sister had two children for the boy. That it was actually my sister, the boy wanted to bush her. But my sister ran away. And the boy now bush her my mom since she said she had a leg problem. That's what they wrote here now. It's not correct.
Blessing admitted the family getting several complaints from their sister Onome over Ovoke's assaults on her, which eventually forced her and the children out of their house. She said after Onome had left with the children, the deceased assailants stormed Poloko Market, where her mother sells tomatoes, to threaten her on several occasions. According to her, they did not envisage that Ovoke's threats will eventually lead him to taking the life of their mother. Onome's eldest child, Warri, recalled some of the aberrant behaviors of his father towards his mother.
On that fateful day, my neighbor that ever called me. I was at home, came back from church. They have already shouted a happy new year at around past 1 according to people. My mom was coming for church. Though they said he came here, or the boy came here in the night, somebody told him that my mom has gone to the church. That he went to the church, that my sister is attending at Ogborikoko. He went to check if my sister is in the church. Somebody now told him that my sister is not around. She will not come to church this side. She went to church at Orugboru. He now laid the ambush to my mom before he now bushed her. According to what people were saying, eyewitness, they said they saw him when people now started running, arm robber, even Keke now started revising. Arm robber. Don't know, that was what people told us when they called us.
Efforts to reach the family of late Mr. Ovoke Broka proved abortive. When contacted for updates, the police public relations officer, Delta State Police Command, Glorious Onome, in a telephone conversation, said further investigations are still ongoing on the matter. Some security experts are of the view that the police should intensify their efforts as there could be some accomplices in the New Year 2020 tragedy, even as the bodies of Mrs. Odafitite and the deceased assailants remain in the morgue. Sonia, Unobunjo, reporting.